In this video, we shall be checking how to execute trade with the blueprint spike detector so that you don't blow your account by the way you are executing your trades. Also, the size of the lot size you should use for the amount of equity you have. And if you trade synthetic indices, boom and crash, and pain and gain on whale trade, this is a video you should watch to become a consistent profitable trader. And by the way, at the end of the video, I'll share free tools that every trader you should have for better risk management. This is our third lesson out of 10 with the spike detector and how to trade using the blueprint spike detector. So stay tuned and let's get into it. How in executing and in entering your trades, the things that you should consider I have listed here. And we shall start with the execution with the spike detector. This is our topic today. We shall be talking about the size of account equity, the risk tolerance, the slot size, and the number of signals. But before that, I would like you to know about the three execution method we have with the spike detector, blueprint spike detector. We have the tier method, we have the one position method, and the sniper entry method. But the one we shall be focusing in this video is the tier method, and that is the one I want all of us to be using. The one position method, I'll talk it later once you are at least more profitable and you reach around lesson 8. We shall be talking about one position. A sniper entry. Sniper entry is used to enter trades which are like guaranteed will spike. You risk almost the whole account to put many positions. So I shall be talking about the tier method and how does it work. These are some of the signals. So this is crash 1000, crash 600. You can see there's a notification here, crash 900. So we have a trade in crash 900, a sell. What is the stop loss? Stop loss is 12 small candles. And what that means is with the tier method entry, I will enter a position immediately. I get the signal. I enter a position 0.2. I'm using a small account. I enter a sell position like that, hoping the market will spike directly. And let me just make this clear really quick with some few minutes. Is 16 candles. And every single candle, and by the way, I knew this is something that is confusing you guys. I came to realize that. You see, the first notification is 15 candles. I want to repeat this really quick before I show you how you execute. I don't know how you put it. The first notification was here. But as the candles reduce, the notification also changes. So, and I would like to see that once we hit now 12 candles, for one more candle forms, it will give a new notification and say crash 1000 index, 14 candles. Are we together? You see, it started with 16, 15, 14, and it only stops when 5 candles are remaining. I know this is something that is confusing some people when you're using the spike detector. You see this? First notification, 16 candles remaining, 15 candles remaining, 14 candles remaining. And this continues for all market until it remains 5 candles. After 5 candles or 6, you don't get a new notification. But each time we form a new candlestick, we get a new notification with the stop loss reducing. So that is not the main topic for today, but there are some people getting confused about that. I hope I've made that clear. And this arrow also disappears if 5 candles are remaining or 6. Remember, we don't get 3 candles remaining, 2 candles remaining. And I explained that in my previous video. Please go check on it. I hope I've made that clear. This notification, you'll get them 13 candles, 12 candles as the market continues. Let's go about what you are supposed to do. Now, with this crash 900, the time method with the crash 900, it's the stop loss is 12 candles. It means it will take 12 candles, and they can really quick measure the 12 candles. How much will 12 candles cost? So that is 10 bar 12, around 15,000 points. So 15,000 points. It means that our stop loss, and I hope you by now you should have understand what you mean by stop loss. Let's bring this chart a little bit there so that we can see 15,000 points where we'll go up to. So it's around here. The stop loss is around here. And this is a big praise. You can even draw an account here waiting for the spike. And that is why we use the tire method. After every three candles, 1, 2, 3, you add a position. Not specifically to be three, but it is you who decide depending on your size of account. So the time method, after every three candles, add a position, or after every two candles, as you wait for the stop loss. Remember, the stop loss means the spike will happen in between. In between. In between means it may take one candle and spike, even if the stop loss is 12. You can see I also have other signals in Crash 900. And by the way, if you get multiple signals, always check here. There's always a timestamp. If you enlarge this, you can see the signals and when they were given. Yeah. So you can see we have Crash 900 is a signal right now. Boom 600 is also a signal right now. You can be able to get the timestamp here and know the signals which have been given. So also in Boom 600, I'm having a signal here. Boom 600, I'm having a signal. I should also, if I'm using the time method, I should also buy. And after every three candles, I add a position. After every three candles, I add a position. But that is just explaining what is the tire method. After every three candles, I'm adding a position. Or after every two candles, I add a position. Or after every five candles, I add a position. Meaning I'll have a position here, a position here, a position here. And by the time it spikes, I'll get more profit. Even if the spike is not big enough to come up to this point, I'll still be profitable. But remember, with that kind of execution, you need to consider your account to know which lot size you are going to use because you can blow your account easily. And let's go back to our notes a little bit. And we are saying the tire method is where you add a position after every few candles. And it's well explained here. This is a kind of execution method where you add a position after every specified number of candles, like 2, 3, 4, or 5. You add a new position. This ensures that even if the spike is small, some of the position will be in profit and will cover the rest. It should be used with proper risk management, and this is what we shall also be talking today, and following the stop loss rule with an accuracy of +2, and it must to remain consistently profitable. What this means is that if the stop loss is if the stop loss here from the spike detector is 9, you should follow that with an accuracy of +2. Means if the stop loss is 9 and 9 candles take place, you can only from your own head add 2 and say, let me just add 2, maybe the spike will happen. If it doesn't, close all position even if they are in a loss. And another point that you should really talk about here is I don't know how to remove this. Don't know what is this, where it has come from. So I remove it. Let me mind. Exactly. Um mm, Minimize it. Okay. I'm also saying risk management, and I shall show you exactly how we execute. Just wait until the end. So for even better results near the stop loss, we increase the lot size. That what it means is that down here, after every 1, 2, 3, you should have added another position, sale, after every 3 candles or after every 4 candles. But what the other part here means, this one, it means that, but that one is advanced. Here you can use 0.2 as you go up 0.3, 0.5, 0.7, 1 near the stop loss. So once the spike comes, the signal which the trades which are near the stop loss or near where the spike is happening, we also had a signal in Boom 600. So after every candles, you had a position. I don't have much more money because I had a small account to illustrate. We are saying, sorry for that. This one will have more, it will get more profit covering the loss. And that way, we solve the problem of a small spike because the spike, the trade near where the spike will happen will have more profit because they have big lot size. That is the last part here where we have you increase the lot size. So lastly, these are the 10 questions. I have put 6 of them, but by the end of the 10 lessons, you will get the 10 questions that you should ask yourself before any before any execution. What is your account size? How many signals are you taking at once? Like for me, I'm taking 2 at once. We have this, and also we have this one. Oh, let me first stop this one. These are the 10 questions that you should ask yourself before executing. What is your account size? How many signals are you taking at once? Which type of risk do you prefer? By the way, we have three type of risk. We have high risk, low risk, and medium risk. But for this video, we are talking about low risk trading, where you'll be consistently profitable and never blow the account. So this one I have answered you. This video is low risk. Which kind of signal is it? We have three also types of signal: high probability, low probability. That one you'll learn on future videos. What lot size should I use? And the account size and lot size. This is the main questions that I get asked most of the time. And how much will I lose, or am I willing to risk in percentage or in dollars for specific trade? And allow me to introduce you to a tool that I use to calculate all that. The boom and crash loss and profit projection calculator. And I would like to use this as the example. The stop loss here was 12, crash 900. Crash 900, the stop loss was 12. So we select crash 900 and we put here the stop loss was 12 candles. I was using a lot size of 0.2 and I want to enter my entries after every 3 candles. How much will I have lost if it doesn't spike by then? You click calculate. I lose $9.60. So if I have $20 account, I'll have lost 50% of my account. What if I use a lot size of 5, 0.5? I'll lose $24. So this is what I use to calculate myself before any execution. Before any execution. If I have crash 300 and I get a signal, so I have got a signal to actually sell. If I get a signal to sell, I put my first position. Let's say my stop loss is 15 candles, and stop loss will be around that point. So after every 3 candles, I'm adding a position of which lot size. Let's say, so that is just a scenario I'm saying. So it's crash 300. So I'll put crash 300, and smallest lot size is 0.5 for crash 300 after every 3 candles, and let's say stop loss is 14. I would have lost $36, unfortunately. And like I said, this is a low risk toward a low risk video. So when you're executing, this calculator is free of charge for all my community. Anybody with a spike detector, this calculator is free. So you should be using it before you execute to answer all these questions. What is your lock account size? If you have $50 account and you see that just by taking one signal in cash 300 you lose $36, you reduce the lot size until you are comfortable. You can use 0.07 for example now and calculate. What's happening with my calculator? Let me use this one. So crash 300, lot size is 0.07, stop loss 14, and calculate. It is now $5. And obviously, with the spike detector and with that kind of execution, every time the spike happens, you always make at least a risk to reward of 1:2. Always will make more than you can lose using that kind of execution. Always. Always. If you had the positions and the market spike, you always, like, it's guaranteed. If you had a position, you had a position, by the time it hits the stop loss and it spikes, you always make more than you had least. So we are saying the stop loss is 5. So how are we doing it? We select the market we want to trade. We put the lot size that favors us. You can try different lot sizes, and it's just few seconds. You can see, okay, 0.7. If I have $500, calculate, you'll see $50 loss. Can you take that? Here, you enter the market, you select the market, it will calculate it directly for you. The lot size, you can put the lot size you want to use. You can use here to add or reduce the lot size, or just type it directly. And also in the phone, you can use this calculator. It's not much on the. Every time you're executing for trade, the entry after every candles. When you're using the tire method, you are adding a position after every 3 candles, after every 2 candles. How do you want to add your position? Or is it after every 1 candle? For example, if I add after every 1 candle, I'll have more position. And if I calculate, I'll see I lose $128 if the market reaches my stop loss. If I add after every 5 candles, I can see I'll get around -33. But sometimes the lot size that you are supposed to use becomes smaller than the smallest lot size in the market. That way, I'll show you how you do that toward the end of the video. Then here you add the stop loss given by this one here, 9, 10, 14, 16. That's what you add here, and just click calculate. But sometimes, for example, Crash 300, if you try to put a lot size less than 0.5, it will not be able to trade for you. And that is why I would like to introduce this. I'll just talk about it very quick. The dashboard. Let me just put it once more. So the trader's dashboard. So this is what you use to execute trades. No, this is a. Let me try to show. Okay, you can learn more about this dashboard on a video I made about it. So with this dashboard, because there is a video I've made about it, you can execute any lot size. You can even execute 0.06 in Crash 600, any lot size you want in any market. So there is no reason to not use any lot size and execute. You can see if I use 0.06, I've just lose $1 in Boom 600. Even if the stop loss is 18 or 19, calculate, I'll just lose 1.93. If I use 0.06, and remember it's 0.06, you see that one has already spiked, by the way. This one is about to hit a stop loss. It's 0.06 adding the position like that, and I'll just lose $1. I don't know whether I'll make another video about execution, but I believe I have passed my point. These are the questions you should ask yourself. You should use this calculator. And because I didn't want this video to be 1 hour long, these were the results. There was a very big spike in Crash 900, as you can see, and it came up to the first position. So if you are using that method, you'd have made a lot of money. Also, the other signal, the spike was not that big, and that is kind of the problem you are facing. But if you used the tire method, also the trades would have been profit. You can see there were 2 smaller spikes, and even that big, even if it didn't go to the first position where it was. Any lot size you want, even if it's 0.01 in Boom and Crash, you can execute this dashboard. So I tag the video on how to use this dashboard down below. I'll also give a link to link you to the calculator, and by this I hope you'll get Remember, this is a free tool. So I'll come here and check boom 1000. And then stop loss candles, it has given me that the stop loss is 10. 10. Which lot size do I want to use? With time, you get used. Let's say I want to use 0.2 and I have $50. And how we execute trade, I want to make it clear. We put the first position after the first entry, and after every three candles, we add a new position. After 1, 2, 3, a new position. 1, 2, 3, add a new position. 1, 2, 3, new position. 1, 2, 3, new position. 1, 2, 3, another position. 3 candles, you add position. But you can decide to add after 4 candles or after 2 candles. So on your calculator here, if you are adding after every 3 candles, you put 3. If you're adding after 2 candles, you put 2. Remember, the more the distance, the more the loss. So for example, I'll use 3. After every 3 candles in boom 1000, I'll add a position. After every 3 candles, I'll add a position. Like this one, you can see this is 3 candles already. Don't know how I'll enlarge this so that you can see it. But already 3 candles are over. You add a new position. So let's say it's 0.2. After every 3 candles, I'm adding a position, and the stop loss is 10. And then I calculate how much money will I have lost. I will have lost $6. I will have lost $6. And to see whether it aligns, we already have done 3 candles, and we can see the first one has lost $1, and there will be probably like 3 positions. 10 candles will only have like 3 positions. I'll have lost $6.6. So is that something that you can be able to withstand as a stop loss? For a $10 account, you'll be growing the account. If you see that maybe you can risk more, this is what you calculate. You can say after every 2 candles, I add a position. Then calculate. I lose $9. What if I use a lot size now, 0.4? Calculate. $18 will be lost. If that's it, by the time we hit the stop loss, if it goes for 10 candles without a spike, if it goes for all like here 16 candles without a spike, I'll have lost the amount you calculate. Here is where you calculate. Let's say now you have $200 account and you want to risk 5%. What is 5% of $200 account? 10% is $20. So you want to risk $10. If you want to risk $10, we have seen you can use a lot size of 0.2, which gives us $9. You can use, and that is how you calculate using this. And then when now you're executing your trade, after every 3 candles, you add a position. After every 3 candles, you add a position. But here now is the other thing I would like to show you. Sometimes you go to market like cash 300. The smallest lot size is 0.5. Stop loss is 14. This is how you grow the account. Even let's say you are adding after every 4 candles. Once you calculate, you'll see you'll have lost $28 already. Because it's very volatile. And you have used the smallest lot size. If it's a $50 account, you have lost more than half the account. You're almost blowing the account. Let's say that signal doesn't go your way. You lose all that money. And if you are using after every 3 candles, it's even worse, $36. If you are using after every 2 candles, you add a position, $50 gone. Sometimes you feel that the stop loss is 16. You would have lost $64. Are you seeing the man? That is why for markets like Crash 300, we use a lot size of like 0.07. You can add after every 3 candles or 2 candles. Let's say even 2 candles. Stop loss is 16. You have the profit projection. You have lost $9. And if it spikes, it is always more than the loss. Because your execution is very good. Okay, this one has spiked. And you can see, I have reduced this account so that we can make profitable. Our loss was to be, if we added all position, we added 2, but you can see already we made $8. Yet we had projected by the time it takes 10 candles before the spike, it will have 3 candles. It will have 3 positions only. But it took 2 and also made us already those $8 just using 0.2. So you see, I have a $22 account. I hope I have made it clear how you execute. Let's try to check another market like Boom 300. So I don't expect after this video you blow the account. No,